Control process.
Control process. Control is a process that allows manager to measure, compare, and correct the activities of the organization in order to achieve the objectives set and properly develop the established plans. The objective of this administrative function is to see that everything is done as planned and organized according to the orders given, to identify errors or deviations in order to correct them and avoid their repetition. The control process is composed of the following stages or phases. Number one is uh, determine the critical control points. The points selected for control are called critical because they are limiting factors of a specific operation or factors that indicate that a plan is being carried out efficiently or, on the contrary, that is not being carried out well. Second is establish standards or methods to ensure performance. A standard Second is establish standards or methods to measure performance. Um, a standard or norm is a benchmark against which usual, actual, or expected performance is measured. It's the way in which the objectives can be achieved by the organization, by the department, or by a certain functional unit. Number three is performance measurement. It consists of obtaining information on the real performance to obtain a comparison with the established standard. It's about analyzing the results, achieving, and seeing if they agree with the norms or standards set. Measurement has to be done in advance to detect deviations before they occur. Number four is detection, detection of deviations. It consists of comparing the measured results with the goals or criteria previously established. And the last one is correction of deviation. It can become the most important since if the deviations that are detected are not corrected, the planned objectives cannot be achieved. It can cause the change of the objective or the modification of any of the relevant variables for the organization. Control types. Control can be classified depending on several criteria, depending on the moment. All control tries to ensure correct performance of the activity, and for this to happen it must be controlled before, during, and after the execution of the action. Preventive control, it tries to prevent deviations in the quality and quantity of resources used in the organization. It is born from the observation of the reality in which the existence of disturbances is induced that may alter the established results. Current control, monitoring, monitor running operations to ensure objectives are being executed. If the situation deteriorates, it leads to non-fulfillment of the final objectives. And corrective control, it causes on the final it focuses on the final results when the activity has been executed. It's based on the feedback that the company collects through reports. Corrective, I mean, We have that corrective measures are oriented towards improving the process for acquiring resources or through the operation themselves. According to the period of time in which the information is collected, the following are distinguished. Real-time control. It tries to process information continuously to detect any type of deviation as soon as possible and act immediately. The fair control. This type of control requires a period of time for the information obtained to be processed for verification. And there are three types of control: preventive, current, and feedback. Each one of them is relevant and in a different phase of the cycle of the organization's entry, operation, and exit activities. And they all play a very important role in the pursuit of long-term productivity and high performance. Preventive control, also called preliminary controls. They're, they are carried out before a work activity is carried out. They ensure that the objectives are clear, that they set the right course, and that the appropriate resources are available. They are in what happens during the process, sometimes called direction control. The monitor they monitor the operations and activities in process to ensure that things get done according to the plan. Feedback controls. They are implemented after the work is finished. They focus on the quality of the end results and not on inputs and process. Preventive control is the sole responsibility of each organization as an integral part of its own internal control systems. Preventive control is always internal, since the administrators of each company are responsible for ensuring that preventive control is integrated within the administrative and financial system, and it's carried out by the internal personnel responsible for that work. I mean that it's carried out by the internal personnel responsible for doing that said work. Current controls are those that are carried out while the activity is taking place. The best known form of this type of control is direct supervision. Today's with computers, computer-sized systems can be programmed to give the operator an immediate response if the employees makes make a mistake or if wrong information has been processed. The concurrent system controls will reject the order and tell the manager where the error is. The subsequent controls are those that are carried out after the action too. In this way, the causes of any deviation from the original plans are determined and the results are applied to similar future activities. For example, in statistic, accounting, um, accounting process. Like an example, we have the process of a company dedicated to obtaining orange juice and their distribution. In this case, a company that's dedicated to obtaining and distributing orange juice will have its process divided in a way like this. They have their analysis process, uh, the client's request in which the letters to be delivered and when the client needs it are studied. We have the purchasing process in which orders for orange will be periodically requested from our suppliers. Production process is in which the orange will be squeezed to obtain the juice with the appropriate equipment, packaging, and labeling and storage until delivery. Then we have product delivery process in which pack and label orange juices are delivered, and we have post sales process in which any doubts, suggestions, complaints or claims that makes it once the orange juice has been delivered will be addressed. Outside of this production cycle, there will be also there will be support process such as the infrastructure maintenance process in which preventive and corrective maintenance is carried out on the organization's infrastructure and equipment.